The tower for the Heli 2.0 is complete. Now I'm trying to get away from a habit of mine where I assume that anybody watching any of my videos has watched all the videos leading up to this point. What this started out as is a 27-foot flint and walling star model tower, or that's what was on it. I used to work with ISTA and air motor stuff, and it really looks identical to me. So maybe it was an air motor tower or ISTA tower and just had a different model head, or maybe they're all the same. And I don't know enough about it, but I have extended the head of it a little bit. Now from this flange to the ground is going to be 31 feet. And one of the reasons why I wanted to go this route is because it's a, it's a prefabricated tower. You can get them fairly inexpensively sometimes. Sometimes you can get them very expensively. Kind of depends on your area. They have a convenient ladder that's terrifying to climb, but present all the same. In my mind, it was just going to be easier than trying to put together another pipe tower like that. And honestly, it was easier to get this set up than it was to get that thing made. This is probably going to sit, after all said and done, maybe about a foot higher than that one at the turbine. This one, whenever I got it, it had been taken down, a long time ago. So it sat on the ground for a long time, and it looks like it's been through quite a bit of trauma. I've convinced myself that it wasn't taken down, that it kind of let itself down. But it looks sturdy, it's solid, it's made out of steel. If I need to fix something, I can weld it. If I need to replace something, it all looks like stuff that I can go and replace pretty easily. Even the trusses that I had that were missing, it's just 1 inch angle, goes right on, and it's all pretty rusty. But in my area, rust doesn't really mean a whole lot. It's pretty mild here now. As far as the flange, I've got a video, kind of going over this. Basically, the way the flint and walling windmills sit in, they just have like a stub on the bottom of them that goes through these two rings. That's how it's all held together. I just put a collar on my pipe here that was big enough to hold pretty close to center inside that ring, and it's just kind of holding itself there. I do have this collar up here that the weight is going to actually sit on. So this is going to be putting the load on the tower right here, this ring. Down here, I've got that cross drilled, and I have some threaded rod going through it. Each end of the threaded rod I have welded like that, going through a nut on the tower. That welded in place, and that's how I'm going to level it once it's up in the air. Once this thing is standing up, this gives me nearly 10 degrees of movement one way or the other that I can tighten it up on. I got it set up where the driven is on these two sides here. I'll be able to climb the tower, reach this with my drill gun, level the stub from there. So there should be not a whole lot where I ever have to climb all the way up to where the turbine is mounted. And I don't know how well it's going to work. I'm going to try to make it work, but we'll we'll see what it does. I'm going to clamp a bar going all the way across here, and I've got my stubs that I'm going to bolt it to, just loosen the holes, not in concrete yet. I'm going to get that set up to where we're tilting up against those. After the thing is stood up to where I can bolt it to the stubs, and that's all held in place, I'm going to set concrete around them. And hopefully that'll let me run 2 or 3 half-inch bolts through this, through the stubs, and that'll be how it holds in place. And with any luck, it'll be set up in a way to where if I need to bring it down after the concrete's set, I will be able to clamp that bar back in place on the bottom, take those bolts out to where it'll set down on the ground, put my bar back in place to where I can lean it back and tilt it over. Hopefully though, won't ever have to do that. So with any luck, I'm going to stand this thing up tomorrow. All I've got to do left here is run my wire through it, get me a box set up on the bottom, or I might not worry about the box just yet. It's still going to be a little while before I can hook it up to my system. But run my wire, assemble the generator, I'll move this over to the holes, then assemble my generator, and then tilt it up. I want it in the air tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. For anybody interested, I'm going to post a link to it down in the description below. I have created a Facebook page about my stuff, which I'm not really going to dedicate a lot to it. I just know every now and then I've got pictures coming up that people like to see, people like to know I'm working on one of the projects that they were interested in. And I've got stuff that I can post there. Also, a lot of the stuff that I post, it goes to the Field Lines forums and the other Facebook groups, but all the same, it's there. If you guys want to check it out, please do. If you want updates for whenever I make new videos, please hit the subscribe button. Definitely helps me out. And if you've got any questions, comments, anything like that, please let me know. Post away. I love answering questions whenever I can. Stay tuned. Stay safe, guys. Have a wonderful day.